Hello yogis, my name is Tony Fudge and I'm guiding you through your hip mobility class today. It's going to be a short and sweet one, but it's going to be spicy. We're going to get really deep into our hips. Come back to this class whenever you need a little bit more opening or you feel super tight in your hips. So we only need a block for practice today. So and we're going to get started in bound angle. So palms of the feet together, knees spread wide, okay? Take your hands, interlace them underneath the feet, and then can you open your feet up more like a book? And we're going to take the elbows and press into the legs and slowly release. Press into the legs and slowly release. So it's like you're flying, like a little butterfly. You're going to press into the legs and slowly release. And starting to open up through your hip joint here. Good. Maybe challenging that range of motion a little. Press into the legs. Maybe you hold for a breath or two. And slowly release. Good. Just challenging our body slightly. Maybe just 1% deeper every time you press into the legs. And then slowly release. Let's go 2 more times here. Good. Hold, hold, hold. We're going to hold for about 5 breaths. Think about elongating through your spine and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Gaze is going to come about a foot in front of your feet. Big inhale. As you exhale, you melt your chest down towards the earth. And inhale, slowly release. And exhale, get deeper. And inhale, slowly release. Exhale, melting the chest down towards the feet. And slowly releasing here. Good. Couple more times. Just noticing how that feels on your hips. Good. One more inhale. And as you exhale, hold your depth and just hold for 3 breaths. And can you challenge your depth a little bit more with every exhale? Good. Slowly start to come up on your inhale. You're going to bring the hands to the outer parts of the knee and draw the knees in towards the center. Plant the feet about hip distance apart. You can take your hands behind your back here, and we're going to take some windshield wipers from side to side. Just bringing some movement into our hips here, opening up and just rolling that ball in the socket a little here. Good. Beautiful, yogis. Good. And the next time you land over towards that left side, you're going to find deer pose. So it's going to be that 90-90. So make sure the left knee is directly out from the left hip and the ankle and knee are aligned and the palm, or not the palm, but the inner part of the foot is laying on the earth. And then for here, for the left leg, same thing. Knee is directly in line with the hip and the knee and the ankle are directly aligned. And the outer part of the foot is going to be on the earth. Good. If this is too much, you can take the right knee towards the left ankle and hang out there. So this is an inner rotation through the right hip and an external rotation through the left hip. So I want you to inhale, press the fingertips into the earth, lengthen through your spine, and then as you exhale, fold over the front leg. Inhale, slowly start to come up. If it feels better to walk your hands forward and do the fold, you can take it there. Just depending on your depth here. And just starting to do a little bit of oscillating cobra over that front leg. Good. Just take 2 more of these. And then we're going to hold here for 5 breaths. Find your depth. Maybe place your forearms or your forehead onto your palms, the back of the hands, maybe even resting it on the earth. And take whatever feels good here. We have about 3 or 4 more breaths here. And take 1 more inhale. And one more exhale. And slowly start to push up into the hands. You're going to stay here. You might want to take the back knee, so the right knee towards the ankle a little bit more. So from here, we're actually going to come up onto our left shin. So we're going to press into the shin as we lift our hips up here. Good. The ankle might come underneath the hips a little bit, so instead of having it in 90-90, you might slide the ankle in, and then you come up by squeezing your glutes and pressing into that left shin. And then come back down. Hands come to heart center, or maybe even you're using your hands to help you come up. Good. Maybe you try that a few times with the hands on the earth, and then you try the hands at heart center, and you see how that feels. Good. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more of these. Good. From here, hands come back behind you. We're going to take our windshield wipers from side to side again, releasing that out. And whatever that looked like for you, just let it be what it is. Meet your body with where it's at today. This can be really intense. Maybe this is the first time you're doing anything like this, and that's all good. Come back to this practice as much as you need to. We're going to land on the opposite side. So that right shin is going to be parallel to the top of the mat. Left shin is going to be parallel to the left wall. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale, we're going to find our little oscillating cobra. Hand can be here, or maybe you walk your hands forward in front of the leg, and then you exhale and you fold. Inhale, rolling yourself up. Oscillating cobra in the upper body as we find deer in the lower body. Good. Take 2 more of these. And the next time, melt your heart down towards the mat, maybe coming onto the elbows, maybe resting the forehead onto a block or your mat. And we have maybe 10 breaths here, finding our depth. And taking those big inhale breaths. And those big exhales. And taking 2 more here. And then as you inhale, slowly start to come back up. You're going to press into your hands. Maybe take this front heel and slide it in a little bit more towards the back leg. And then you start to press into the shin, lift up, and then come down. And you can always use your hands for support to get up and then drop it back down. So pressing into the front shin, squeezing your glutes, lifting your hips, and sending your hips towards the top of the mat. Hands can come down, or they can come to heart center here. Good. Let's take 3 more here. Last 2. And last one, up and hold. Good, and then let it go. Good, bring the hands behind the back. Take some windshield wipers from side to side. Beautiful. Just noticing, how does that feel on the body? Maybe you notice what's coming into the mind when you're in these more challenging shapes or things that you haven't come to before. So we're going to come into Malasana. So we're going to find yogi squat. So come onto the feet. I like to wiggle my hips a little from side to side, just to open up a little deeper into my hips here. And this is an option to find your block and place it underneath your hips. And you sit on your block here. You can play with the direction of the feet. We want to try to keep the palms of the feet onto the earth. And even try to roll a little bit more on the outside edge. Press the arms into the knees and the knees back into the arms. Think really high collarbones and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe you close your eyes and breathe into this. slowly reach your hands towards the earth. Press into your feet, lift your hips, drop your chest down, straighten through the legs. As you exhale, melt the hips back down towards the earth or the block. Hands come to heart center. Plant the hands, lift the hips. And exhale, lower. Good. Maybe you try removing your block and seeing how that feels. Good. Beautiful, yogis. Let's take 2 more. And then last one, up and hold. Maybe point the toes towards the top of the mat. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back. Try not to have your ears and your shoulders touching. So sending the shoulder blades up the back, up towards the wall, but actually down the back. Good. Breathe. Maybe take a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to point the toes 45 degrees, come back down, Malasana. And then from here, right hand comes behind the right hip, left hand comes in front, drop your left knee down, drop your right knee back, and then press up into the right shin, and then drop it down. And then come back using your hands to Malasana, and then switch sides. The left hand comes behind you, right hand comes in front, drop the front knee forward, the back knee back, literally come up onto the shin, and come back down. Good. And go through that a few times. Good. Move slow, use your hands. Good. Let's do one more on each side. Maybe you try not to use your hands. Really hard to come back through Malasana. Totally possible, I've done it before, but sometimes we lose that strength and the mobility in our hips. We just have to come back and do it more often. Ooh, it's tough. Good. Meet in heart center, Malasana. Breathe here. Bring the hands behind the back. Come to sit down. And then we'll just start to close off our practice. Cross your legs. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Maybe you want to find Shavasana here, laying on the back, closing your eyes, or maybe you want to stay in seated and find a little seated meditation here. And I just want you to notice. Notice how your hips feel, and notice where your mind is, checking in. Maybe you're being hard on yourself because that wasn't super available to your hips, and that's okay. Knowing that these are a little bit more challenging, and that it takes practice, and it takes time for our hips to open up. And not comparing your journey with any other journey, any other yoga journey out there. Because this could be your day 1, or it could be your day 10, it could be day 100. But someone else that you're comparing yourself to could be day 7,000. You just never know. They've been doing yoga their whole life. You just don't know. So just don't compare. Everyone's on a different journey, a different path. So allow yourself to just be comfortable where you are and keep showing up. Keep doing the work every single day so that you can feel comfortable in your body and happy with where you're at. And it takes time and a journey to get there, but you can totally do it. And take one more inhale here. And exhale, side out, let it go. You can stay here as long as you'd like. I just want to thank you for showing up on your mat today and allowing me to guide you through your practice. From my heart to yours, namaste.